Do you see Matt Breida balling out this game, or do you see Coleman taking the rock again this week? I do not see Matt Breida balling out. I don't know what's going on with him. He's been a non-factor for weeks. He's the third running back right now on our depth chart. If he balls out, great. I see it'll be a mixture of Coleman and Mostert. Mostert probably will get more carries if he's fully healthy, which he should be. And then Coleman hopefully has a game like he had last week. He had 22 carries for 150 yards or whatever it was. He was great. So either Coleman or Mostert. If Matt Breida plays well, I'll be surprised. I'll talk about it in my grading video. I just don't see it because they have not wanted to give him the football over the past 6 weeks, 7 weeks. He was great at the start, got hurt, and has not been the same. So don't see Matt Breida balling out, but I do see Coleman and Mostert getting for 100 yards. Again, hashtag 49ers right now. Get your questions in. That way we can continue the Q&A here right now on our YouTube channel. Hong Kong, says Fong Calvin. Jeez, that is far away. Grandview, Washington. And we got a lot of people joining in right now. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, 49ers, are we really hurt in the offseason with limited draft capital? Almost every possible position we need depth houses multiple spots on IR, Hurd, Taylor, etc. Okay, we're not really hurt on draft capital. We don't have a ton of draft picks. It's either 6 or 7. I looked it up just the other day. In terms of overall cap space, you're a little bit more limited. Remember last year we had the third highest cap number behind was Miami and the Colts. Or definitely not the third most money in terms of overall free agent money, cap space money. We got to re-sign some players. We're not going to be able to go out and just blow money like crazy in the offseason. But in terms of draft capital, 6 to 7 picks, you'll be picking hopefully at 32 and still find gems. Like the Patriots have always found gems later on in the first couple of rounds. And here's the deal. We don't have a lot of places of need. Like you could make the argument you need a wide receiver, maybe a future left tackle to replace Staley. But overall, I think we're going to be okay in terms of our draft stock. Orlando joins us asking, would 49ers draft their wide receiver and replace Jalen Hurd? No, they're not going to replace Jalen Hurd because he's going to play next year. Now, you could make the argument they're going to let Emmanuel Sanders walk and they can replace him by taking a wide receiver. Let's just say this. It would not surprise me if they did take a wide receiver. I think there's a case to take a corner in this draft. I think there's a case to take an offensive lineman in this draft. I think there's a case probably to add another defensive lineman if you wanted to, because you can never have enough of those. Wide receiver is not going to be at the top of their board, but if they let Sanders walk, then it could shift up just a little bit. Hashtag 49ers, get your questions in. Brunel Jacobs asked, I doubt it, but is there a possibility Grant Delpit drops to us? There is a 0% chance the LSU safety drops to us. Boy, would I love him. He'll be a top 10 pick. He'll probably be a top 5 pick by the time the draft season is over. Here's how draft season works. If you think a guy is good right now, wait till the draft media starts hyping them up. They'll go from a 15th overall projected, draft pick to a 5 or a 4 or a number 3 pick in a matter of months because people hype him up very easily. But Grant Delpit's fantastic. He was iffy early on in the national championship game, but got a lot better later on. I love him, but he's not going to be there at 31 or 32. Okay, again, here's your matchup right now. For those of you guys just joining us, obviously 6:40 p.m. time, Santa Clara, Levi Stadium. We know the drill. 7.5-point favorites right now. Over-under is 46. So it's pretty good. I think 46 is the right number. I think 7.5 a little generous towards us. I'd go 5.5, but those are your odds right now according to BetDSI and Vegas. Here's a great question. I want to see these in the comments. Which Packer player worries you the most? Is it Rodgers? Is it Aaron Jones? Is it Devontae Adams? Is it the defensive lineman? I don't know. Who worries you the most? I'm going to not choose Rodgers. That's the easy one. I said Aaron Jones. I said Devontae Adams. What if Jimmy Graham goes off? What if Kwan struggles in pass coverage because he's still technically a little bit hurt up top in the pectoral area? What if he struggles, and what if Jimmy Graham has a big day? They have a lot of weapons overall. Which Packer player worries you the most? Orlando says Devontae Adams. Yeah, that's probably the right one. Just because, like you said earlier, if they move him to the opposite side of Sherman, because Sherman won't follow, it's not what he does, and it could get iffy there with Mosley or Witherspoon. What's not iffy is the deals right now on this hoodie that is literally ready to go for the game on Sunday. Chatsports.com/9 hoodie. Huge deal on this one right now. It's a playoff hoodie too, so it's got the NFC title game logo on there. So if you want to document it, that you went and got the hoodie, we're at the game. We're not at the game. Get the hoodie right now. Chatsports.com/9 hoodie. And then the polos here that have been going like crazy. You get 2 of them. And you can, wear one on Sunday and then wear one on Sunday afternoon and just swap back and forth. Chatsports.com/49 sale has this and more. See, the long sleeve one is still here as well. They got hats, they got t-shirts, everything. Chatsports.com/49 sale. Get your stuff in right now. Someone says Rodgers and Adams connection worries me. Yeah, that worries me as well. Rudy Gomez, do you think we will get Joey Bosa at the end of his contract in 2021? Remember, this is the brother of Nick Bosa. It's an incredible football family, one of the best right now in the NFL. I don't know. 2021's a long way off. The brothers want to play together? Maybe. They really didn't get to have time to play together at Ohio State because one was so young and they're kind of, different in ages. So if they want to play together, sure. But I have no idea if we're going to get Joey Bosa at the end of his contract in 2021. Why is everyone talking about the hot streak Green Bay is on, says Ron? Weren't the Vikings on a hot streak? So why worry? They will play ball and Niners win. I hope you're right. But they are hot, though. See, why we talk about the hot streak, and you see it right here. Here's their last 5 wins, which are pretty impressive wins overall. This is why we talk about the hot streak, because the Packers were struggling early on in the year. Remember early on, it was like, ooh, Rodgers, the floor, they don't like each other. Rodgers learns new playbook, blah, blah, blah. Well, they figured it out. They're playing good football. And I think the win against Seattle at Lambeau Field last week proved that, because Seattle had a hot streak. Seattle was looking good. They beat Philadelphia on the road. They just traveled to Green Bay. I mean, overall, the hot streak is something you still have to mention because momentum is a big deal in the National Football League, and we have momentum, but so do the Packers as well. The hot streak, really, we just sum it up right here. Everyone wants to talk about how we're heavy favorites and we're going to roll the Packers, and we're so happy we're not playing Seattle, which is true. Green Bay's really good, though, and the Niners could technically lose to a good Green Bay team if they're not buttoned up. So that's why we talk about the hot streak overall. Hashtag 49ers, get your questions in. Will Kyle win Coach of the Year? He should, especially now that the Baltimore Ravens are out and Harbaugh's no longer there, because Harbaugh was probably going to win Coach of the Year. Think about this. There were 4 candidates. There was Eagles head coach Doug Peterson. There was the Bills head coach Sean McDermott. There was obviously Kyle Shanahan. And then there was Harbaugh with the Ravens. Those were your top 4 Coach of the Year candidates. They all are gone except for our head coach. So I would say it should be us because the voting, I think, finishes, and I think they announced tonight for the Super Bowl. So it should be Kyle Shanahan. But man, the national media is obsessed with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. So we'll see. Don't be surprised if it is. Stoneback says, do you think 8 teams are going to try and get Nick Mullens for the 49ers? This was a big talk all during the offseason, preseason. Nick Mullens' backup was like the guy that we were going to trade, and then we never traded him. Maybe, but we haven't got to wait and see what's going on in the draft, because what team that needs a quarterback is going to take Mullens over just drafting one in this year's draft, which is going to be a pretty good draft class. You got Jacob Eason probably going to be a first-rounder. Tom McShay just said Jake Fromm's going to be a first-rounder. Then obviously Burrow and Tua and Jalen Hurts. Like there's at least 4 or 5 quarterbacks going in the first round. So if you need a backup, do you give up draft stock to get Nick Mullens, or you just kind of get one of the washed-up backup quarterbacks? And then if you need a starter, you can get one in the draft. So I think teams will definitely call, and if he plays well in the preseason, then maybe we do deal him for a 4th-round pick or whatever it is. But I don't think he's going to be that highly sought after, just because there will be free agent quarterbacks. Teddy Bridgewater probably going to be a free agent quarterback down there in New Orleans. And then obviously I'm saying about 5 quarterbacks in the first round, unless Eason goes early second day in the second round. Go ahead, wait and see. Good question, though. That's a really good one. Betting odds, again, we'll pop them up one more time. Promo code with our friends at BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. Use the promo code 49ers. We're favored by 7.5, which means you bet on them, you're probably going to win some money. Everyone likes free money. So go ahead, get your betting in. How about this? Give me over-unders. Who will have more passing yards, Aaron Rodgers or Jimmy Garoppolo on Sunday? Who will have more passing yards? The over-under right now for both of them, you see them right here. Let me go. I'm going to go under for both. How about that? I think under for both. I think Aaron Rodgers has a hard time throwing into the secondary, and we know Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have his 14 for 20 game with 1 touchdown and 1 pick, and we're going to win. I'm going to say under for both. What do you guys think for these betting odds right now? How about this? Over-under for rushing yards. This is definitely over. The over-under for Raheem Mostert's 53 yards? Wow. Over for both of them. Over. Mostert has 80. Aaron Jones goes for $120. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Over-under for receivers here. Davante Adams, 84.5. George Kittle, 75.5. I'd say over for both as well. Davante Adams is going to get his, and Kittle's definitely going to get his. Let's go over on this one as well. Man, they're really conservative. Bet the over. Always bet the over is what they say, right? 120% deposit bonus whenever you sign up. Chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code 49ers. There are your over-unders. You can bet on them over at BetDSI. It's where we get the numbers from. See how it all works out? It all connects. All right, hashtag 49ers. Get your questions in on our live show, live for another 8 or so minutes here. Hashtag 49ers. Get them in right now. I'm seeing a lot of comments going right now. Toby says Jones won't go over 90. I hope he doesn't. Okay. Any word on Goodwin and will Pettis ever get out of the doghouse? Good Lord, what is it, week 4? It's like a week 4 question here. I have no clue what's going on with either of these two. Goodwin's like 50 years old, and Dante Pettis has, there's no idea what's going on because he can't catch any passes. Pettis is done. Goodwin is done. They're not going to be receivers on this team next year. Don't worry about it. Your receivers next year are for sure Debo, are for sure Jalen Hurd, most likely Kendrick Bourne, and we'll see about Emmanuel Sanders. Those are your 4 receivers besides Kittle, and of course add one more in the draft. Good. This is a good question. How much will it cost for the 49ers to keep Emmanuel Sanders on the roster? Probably, if we're looking at wide receiver money, between $10 and $15 million. Remember, the very top is Julio Jones at 20, 21, 22. Odell Beckham lives at like 18.5, 19.5. Sanders not as good as them, but he's also going to want more than $10 million. He's getting paid like 8 or 9 right now. I'd say $12 million is the money number right now to go ahead and keep Emmanuel Sanders. A 3-year deal, $12 million a year. Is he worth it? That's the question we're going to have to ask ourselves after the postseason. If he balls out on Sunday and balls out in the Super Bowl, then give him all the money he wants. If he doesn't, though, and Debo has more yards and catches, let him walk. I'm fine with letting him walk. I've decided I'm fine with letting him walk. Dragon Soldier, any players we should have our eyes on in the team draft-wise and trading? Well, we can make the argument for Odell Beckham Jr., but he got arrested by the LSU police department. You guys see that? We do not want Odell Beckham, the cancer that he is, on this team. All right, we don't want Odell Beckham Jr. Draft-wise, the problem is you're sitting back there at 31 or 32, so I don't know who's going to be available, right? And that's another argument. What do you want in the draft? What's our biggest draft need? That's a legitimate question. What does the 49ers need more than anything? Would you want another offensive lineman, but you drafted Justin School last year? Would you want a cornerback, but do you trust Emmanuel Mosley? Do we need safety help? I mean, Tark's been really good this year, obviously more. What do you want in terms of your number 1 draft need? I don't know what it is right now. It could be wide receiver if we let go of Emmanuel Sanders. So there are some good wide receivers in this draft as well. T. Higgins is going to be there. The LSU wide receiver is going to be there. There are guys, the Baylor wide receiver is really, really good. So there's going to be a lot of great wide receivers in this draft. So maybe we get one of them. We'll have to go ahead and see. Someone says trade our pick for Jamal Adams. Yeah, I would definitely do that, but they're not going to trade him. Okay, quickly. Have you subscribed to our channel? If you have not, what are you doing? We just hit 13,000 subscribers, which means if you keep subscribing, we put out more videos. We're doing like 4 or 5 videos a week right now. So hit the red subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We say this all the time because apparently when we say it, you guys always do it. So do it right now. Go down, click the red subscribe button. Help us out. 13,000 subs in less than, 8 months right now? We're killing it right now here on our Chat Sports 49ers channel. So again, subscribe. You see it right there. More subs equals more videos. Who is on the Packers D-line as our biggest threat to our O-line? It's the Smith brothers, Za'Darius Smith and the other Smith brother whose name escapes me. The Packers went out this offseason and fully invested in their defense. They got some corner help and they got some pass rush help as well. The one with the dreadlocks, I think, is Za'Darius Smith. He's really, really good and can wreak a lot of havoc. Packers have always had Clay Matthews. Remember they drafted B.J. Raji a long time ago, but they really have not been a dominant sack team for the past 2 or 3 years. They are this year. The Smith brothers are coming after us. We got to be careful with them. We'll see how Staley and the other and the tackles and guards overall hold up as well. Also, follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting about tons of 49er stuff at Real Thomas Mott. Okay, let's see. When we make it to the Super Bowl, will you still give us updates? What does that mean? Of course I'm going to give you updates. When we make it to the Super Bowl, will you still give us updates? Yes. If you follow me on Twitter, right there, at Real Thomas Mott, follow me right now. Plenty of updates. If we go to the Super Bowl, you know how many videos we're going to be posting the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl? Like 1 billion. So hope we get to the Super Bowl and then subscribe. That way you can be ready when we post our millions of videos during the 2-week delay until we get to the Super Bowl. So yes, Joe, don't worry. We will be. Really quick one. Will our rookie tackles take over both spots once they leave because of their decent performance against good teams? He's really talking about Justin School, who filled in for Joe Staley after he broke his, index finger, whatever it was. And he played well and then suddenly stopped playing well. So I think Justin School is the future at left tackle, but he's a 6th-round draft pick. So if you don't trust a 6th-round draft pick with your blind side to Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe we draft another one in the 2nd or 3rd round just to throw some competition out there. Because Staley says he wants to stay. He said that a couple of weeks ago. But do you want Staley to stay as he gets older and older? I think Joe Staley has 1 or 2 good years left. So have your tackle ready. If you don't like School, then draft another one during the NFL draft. Maybe get one at 32, trade up to 25 and get a tackle there. I don't care, whatever it is. I think we have our future tackles, but at the same time, I don't know that we have our future tackles. Dustin Rawson says, do you see this being a heavy run game plan this week with the outside run? Yes, 100%. 100%. This is a huge, huge rushing week for our 49ers. The 49ers have proven that they can win shootouts passing the football. Remember the Saints game Jimmy Garoppolo threw, was it 4 or 5 touchdowns? I think he threw 4, ran for 1. He was battling out with Drew Brees. We can win shootouts, but we like to win running the football, getting 186 plus yards rushing, over $150, running it down their throat, because that's how you wear out defenses.